It is about time the Oklahoma City Thunder started receiving some recognition by the national media, as they are one of the favorites to win the NBA Finals, have a favorite to win the MVP award, are the favorites to make it out of the Western Conference Finals, and a bunch more accolades that are supposed to come their way that could really push the Thunder over the edge that we have been begging for as Thunder fans the past few days and weeks, and even what feels like months, as ESPN, Bleacher Report, all these mainstream media sources don't really talk about us the way that they should be. But finally, they are hyping us up, and it has me worried a little bit, but I'm also glad it's finally happening, because it is long overdue. Just being honest, it is long overdue. I can't remember the last time the Oklahoma City Thunder received this much hype going into a season since probably 2012, 2014, around those times. It has been that long that the national media has been like, okay, the Thunder are an actual good team. We're going to talk about everything that they said in some recent articles here on ESPN. But before we get all that, though, I want to take a moment and recognize that still 70% of you guys coming back and watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. I just got to say, if you guys find yourself coming back and you enjoy the content, and you know, like I said, come back on a regular basis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. With that out of the way, we can go ahead, get into the topic at hand here, talking about all this hype the Oklahoma City Thunder are receiving. And I just want to get it out of the way. Yes, it's a little bit different of a setup that you guys have seen for the past week or so. It'll just be for the next 3 or 4 videos or so. Then we'll be back to the regular setup. But going into the topic now, I'm going to stop kind of, flabbergasting on, just talking about random stuff here. It's nice to see. And it's actual, good recognition as well. It's not some something bad happened with the player, or, the Thunder are actually going to collapse. They're not going to be as good as we all think they're going to be. No. Everyone thinks that we're going to be as good as, we're hyped up to be with all the acquisitions we made in the offseason, how much better players got from last season to this upcoming season, the projected scale of improvement for guys like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, really both Jalen Williams as well. And like I said, the addition of Hartenstein and Caruso fills some holes that we desperately needed to go out there and fix. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the MVP award. All right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now is, according to executives and scouts in the East and Western Conferences, he's the favorite to win it. And when you look at DraftKings and all those places, he has the third or fourth best odds. But according to executives and scouts and personnel in the league, it's a close race between him and Luka, but they do think Shai prevails here and edges him out and wins the NBA MVP award, which I love to see that. I love to see that the league is noticing this, that people in the league are saying, okay, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the real deal. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the real deal. This is just the tip of the iceberg as well. This isn't the thing that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad they're finally talking about this here. That's not the thing. What I'm proud of is everything else that they're talking about. And it's just going to be going through all these pictures, just seeing that we're actually getting recognized in the national media, sources. Seeing that, okay, Oklahoma City, this small market team, is making some noise, making headlines, showing that they have the potential to win it all. That's what I love to see right now. It even shows here, we're clearly the favorite to make it out of the West. It's not even close between the Mavs and Wolves. It's not close at all. We're the clear-cut favorite, and it's the same thing with the Celtics out in the East as well. There's no question about it, pretty much, is what executives are saying, is if everything goes to plan, how the season's supposed to look for every single team, the Oklahoma City Thunder should win the West. They should win the West and make it to the finals. And I agree. I think a lot of fans can also agree. In a perfect world where injuries don't happen and everyone plays up to how they're supposed to play, how the predictions have them to play as, the Oklahoma City Thunder are either the best or second best team in the NBA. It's close with the Celtics. It is. And there should be no competition for them in the West. But like I said, that's a perfect world. And executives and ESPN are recognizing that. In a perfect world, the Thunder are the best team in the Western Conference. Now, I can't say the same for, the NBA title. It is close, 8-7. It is close, so that's nice to see. I feel like there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh, the Celtics should repeat. Executives don't really think so. They think it's closer. Now, they do have them repeating because it's, an 8-7 lead for the Celtics, but it just goes to show how much improvement the Thunder have made this offseason. And like I said, this is all just hypotheticals. Perfect world. No injuries happen. The Oklahoma City Thunder have a legit chance to win the NBA Finals. How long has it been since we can realistically say that? Because that wasn't the goal going into last season. And personally, that wasn't a goal of mine either when we realized how good we actually were when we got that first seed. My goal was to make the Western Conference Finals. I would have counted that as a huge success. Even making the semifinals was a huge success. It got us that playoff experience. 10 games in the playoffs, we will take that and roll it into next season, adding on a championship caliber player. I say that, a guy that's won a championship, he has that veteran leadership in Alex Caruso, and you add on all this experience in the playoffs now for all the guys that we used, that we reobtained as well in the offseason. It just goes to show we can compete with the Celtics. Now in another article I did see, it's listing the contenders, it's talking about the win totals, and once again here, clear-cut favorite, the Oklahoma City Thunder, to win the most games in the Western Conference, maybe even the entire league. They have us kind of doing the same thing we did last year, go 57-25, which I can definitely see. The Western Conference did get tougher. However, I do see us pulling away with like 63 wins. There are, realistically, we should only, when we go across and play out of conference, we should only lose like 4 games. Realistically. We split with the Celtics, Knicks, and 76ers, and I see us splitting with the Magic. Sorry. I see us splitting with the Magic as well. So it's one of those things where I see us picking up a bunch of wins out of conference. That's what I see. And there's 15 teams in the East. That's 30 games right there. Lose 4 just out of conference games. That's 26 wins. 26, and there are teams that I feel like we shouldn't lose to in the Western Conference. The Jazz are a team we shouldn't lose to, okay? Even the Rockets, are a team that I don't think we should lose to. Clippers, Trailblazers, like there are teams out there I'm like, I don't see how we lose to them. Then there are other teams I see us potentially splitting with. 2 of them on this list, the Timberwolves and Mavericks. I think the Nuggets, we win in a series 3-1. Suns, I feel like we match up very well with them. They're getting old as well. I think we can sweep that series 3-0. The Kings 3-0 as well. I see a bunch of sweeps coming our way, then a good amount of splits as well. It's just one of those things where realistically, we could have a 63-win season. We could. And then the final piece of information that, ESPN's kind of hyping us up on. Oops, wrong piece right there. I'm missing something, I think. I must have not included it. I think it was like the point total for it was actual ESPN reporters and players as well who, out of all these votes, who received the most to win the NBA Finals. And it was with players and reporters, I believe, and they all think the Celtics are clear-cut favorites. But what surprised me was second most was the Oklahoma City Thunder with 36. Then the next highest after the Thunder, it's only 16. So it goes to show that the clear-cut favorites to make it to the finals and potentially win it all are the Oklahoma City Thunder and Boston Celtics. And it's just nice to see us finally get that recognition going into a season. Getting all this hype, actually being, and I keep saying the same word, it's just the fact people are noticing what is going on. And it's not a thing where, this is the only season they'll be good because it's a weak conference or whatever. No, it is a tough conference, and we will be good for the next 5 to 6 years. When you look at how long we've got players locked down, how young we are, how we can manipulate contracts, all these picks we have, we've built this up so we can have long-term success and for sure get a ring within a 5-year period when we actually become contenders. And it all starts this season. It didn't start last season. We were the 1 seed and we were super young, and it was kind of a surprise year from the Oklahoma City Thunder for everyone. It starts in the 2024-2025 NBA season when our title window is open. Didn't start last season. It starts this season. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys personally think in the comments section below. Do you guys like this hype that ESPN's giving us right now, or do you want it to kind of quiet down so it can be a year once again where we surprise everyone? Or do you think that's out of the picture already where we won't surprise anyone? Everyone already knows we're good. Let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.